A car crash can happen in an instant, and as frightening as that may be, it can be just as distressing to be blamed for a crash that's not your fault. That's why a dashcam can be a critical aid if the unexpected happens. In today's video, we will comparing the best 5 dashcam in 2021. Click on the link in description box to know more information and latest price updating. The Vantrue X4 is an unfussy, all-around great dashcam. It's small and sleek, so it won't obstruct your view while you're driving, but its 2-inch screen is big and bright enough to allow you to easily navigate through the menu. It's especially simple and straightforward to set up and use, and it reliably captures crisp, clear video. The X4 has a single front-facing camera with 4K resolution, and it recorded clear footage with true to life. It was able to pick up on license plate numbers and other important details even in dim or dark environments. This unit's GPS tracking capabilities are built into its suction cup mount, so you'll need the mount to use that feature. The mount clips onto the top of the dash cam, and a crank on the back of the mount affixes it firmly to the windshield. A knob on the neck of the mount lets you aim the dash cam at the angle that works best for you. And the suction cup has a small lip so you can easily remove it and adjust the placement. The X4 comes with a 12-volt car charger, and it also has a helpful round light that lets you know the charger is properly plugged in and powering the dash cam. The mini USB cable attached to the charger is 12 feet long, so you have plenty of flexibility as to where you place the dash cam in your vehicle. The camera also comes with a mini USB cable, which you'll need to plug the camera into most computers or a wall charger. The unit has for control buttons to the right of the screen that are clearly marked and easily allowing you to quickly turn the audio on and off. The screen is brightly backlit, and the menu interface is intuitive and simple to navigate. Also, the camera's FOV is 160 degrees, right in the sweet spot of our preferred viewing angle range. It's wide enough to capture cars parked on both sides of most streets, as well as traffic coming from the left or right at an intersection. The Nextbase 620-GW has a single, front-facing camera with 4K resolution. During the day and at night, it can capture crucial visual information such as street signs, license plate numbers, and even car makes and models in vivid detail. Although its 140-degree FOV is a bit narrower than that of the X4 camera, but it's still within our ideal range for viewing as many objects as possible at the same time. The 620-GW comes with a suction cup mounting system that can attaches to the body of the camera with magnets, and the whole setup stays together just as sturdily. It has a ball and socket hinge to aim the dashcam, which is slightly easier to use, as well as a small lever to lock the mount in place on the windshield. Nextbase conveniently includes extra stickers for the adhesive mount, so you can replace them, as well as a small plastic prying tool for when you want to remove it. The 620-GW is the only model among our picks with built-in Wi-Fi and letting you connect to a smartphone app. The app allows you to perform basic tasks remotely, such as viewing, downloading, and sharing video. The 620-GW is sleek and compact. Its screen measures 3 inches diagonally. The display is brightly illuminated, and the menu is fairly intuitive to navigate. The controls are mostly touchscreen based, except for a small home button at the bottom of the screen and a power button on the side of the unit. A rubber port protector attached by a tiny tether is helpful for keeping dust and moisture out of the mini USB port on top of the unit. The Vantrue S1 is the best dash cam we've found for people who want to record behind their car as well as in front of it. The S1 is a bit bulkier and clunkier to set up than our main picks, but it comes with most of the same key features and conveniences, and its interface is far easier to use than those of other front and rear dash cams we've tested. We were able to get it up and running right away without having to consult the manual. The S1 delivers clear 4K video through its front camera, and the 1080p rear camera produces noticeably grainier and muddier footage. Though the colors are still fairly realistic and well saturated, the front camera has night vision to record in dark conditions as well as light environments, whereas the rear camera can record only in daylight. The front camera's 170-degree FOV makes central objects appear farther away, but allows it to capture a wider view. The rear camera has a 160-degree FOV that strikes a good balance between the center details. The S1 comes with only one type of mount. This means you have to use some elbow grease if you ever decide you want to remove and reposition your dash cams. but they're relatively simple to install. After carefully placing the adhesive mounts on the front and back windshields, you can snap the dash cams onto them via interlocking plastic grooves. The front camera is easy to aim, because the display is located on its back as on most cameras. The screen measures 2 inches diagonally, which is pretty small. This display size makes the menu slightly harder to read and navigate, but we still found it fairly intuitive to use. 5 clearly marked control buttons reside along the bottom of the screen, and a power button sits on the side of the unit. The S1 also comes with a 20-feet cable with mini USB plugs on both ends to connect the front and rear cameras. This cable is rather thick and bulky, but it needs to be that way in order to carry power and data reliably between the two devices. The N2 Pro has a 4K resolution front-facing camera capable of producing crisp images and brilliant colors, and the unit switches automatically to black and white infrared footage when it gets dark out. The interior-facing camera, which offers 1440p resolution, is located on the back of the unit to the right of the display. Like the front-facing camera, it can record in both light and dark environments. The 1440p camera is not quite as vivid as its 4K counterpart, but it still offers a higher resolution than you usually see on dual-cam models. The front camera has 155-degree FOV, and the interior camera has a slightly wider 165-degree FOV, both of which are within our preferred range. The N2 Pro comes with a suction cup mount for you to affix the dash cam to the windshield. The dash cam clips into place on the mount, and a plastic crank locks the suction cup firmly in place on the windshield. A small flap of rubber allows you to gently pry off the suction cup when you want to remove it. With the ball and socket hinge, you can easily aim the front camera. On the back of the unit is a 1.6 inches display, brightly backlit and fairly easy to read. However, the N2 Pro has the same easy-to-navigate menu as on the other Vantrue models, as well as for clearly marked control buttons on top of the unit. The entire interior camera is contained within a knob on the right side, which you twist up and down to aim the camera. Like most dash cams, the N2 Pro automatically prevents any footage from being overwritten after it detects a crash, but it's unique among our picks in that it has a small button to the left of the screen that you can press to activate this feature. So if something interesting happens, you can immediately press this button and ensure that the camera saves the footage to the microSD card. If you're looking for a dash cam that people aren't likely to notice, we recommend the Garmin Dashcam Mini. Measuring only about 2 inches high and 1.5 inches wide, it's one of the smallest and most discreet models we've tested. The Garmin Mini records at 1080p resolution, yet it delivers surprisingly good video quality compared with similar models. It has the same 140-degree FOV as the Nextbase 622GW. In our testing with the Garmin Mini, we found it harder to read license plates on parked and the oncoming car than with the best 4K or 1440p models. But the images had bright colors and bold highlights and shadows. At night, headlights and other bright lights don't have a lot of glare, and there's good contrast. Because it's so small, the Garmin Mini doesn't have a display, so you have to use the Garmin Drive smartphone app to aim the device correctly through its live view function and to adjust settings. You'll also find only 2 physical buttons on the Mini's body. An easy-to-reach video lock button is located on the back of the unit, and a button on the left side turns the audio on and off, or formats the SD card. Since the Mini has no physical power button, the only way to turn off the camera is to turn off the car or unplug the power cord. The Garmin Drive app is more limited than the Nextbase app, and in our test the recorded video was a bit choppy when we played it back. However, at this writing, the Garmin Drive app has a rating of 4.5 stars on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Thanks for watching, and that's all for today. Hope you enjoy the video. And if you did, please considering to subscribe the channel and like the video. Thanks.